So we just got back from the national championships. Monica and I went early because we played in the mixed doubles nationals. She unfortunately beat me out in the first round of playoffs, and then she went on to finish 6th. And then the rest of our women's team came up and joined us into the bubble where we played in the women's division, and we came home with a silver medal.
So by coming top 2 at nationals, we secured our spot to the Olympic trials in November. Woo! No, we're not doing that either. Hey, guess what? We qualified for the Olympic trials. We're coming for you, Omaha. That's what I'm gonna say. That's what I'm gonna say.
Good. Hi, we're Team Sinclair. We are a newly formed team made up of 3-time national champions and a Winter Youth Olympic silver medalist.
Our dream is to represent USA at the 2022 Winter Olympics.
We have decided to move in together close to the national training facility and train full-time in order to give it our best shot.
On Sundays, we're going to be sharing episodes featuring behind the scenes, what it's like to train for the Olympic trials, and live together. So watch along, subscribe, and enjoy the ride.
Inside our house, an Olympic journey.
Now, I do have to apologize. I have absolutely zero footage from the national championships. It was just too much of a distraction for me, so I put the camera down and I just focused on the curling. But I'm sure a lot of you guys are curious as to how the bubble and things actually worked over there, so I'm gonna try to explain it the best I can. 72 hours before leaving, you had to go get a COVID test, and then we drove to Wisconsin. It was only about 3 hours away at the arena. Now, if you weren't fully vaccinated, you had to arrive a lot sooner than if you were fully vaccinated. But once you get there, that's basically when you entered the bubble. So you would show your negative results, you checked into the hotel, and then you're part of the bubble. So the entire hotel was booked out for this national championship, so it was just us. They actually catered out, they hired a catering company, so they actually served us breakfast, lunch, and dinner at the hotel, and then just added that price onto the room. So there was somebody there actually serving us those meals, so it was very COVID safe and everything. You weren't allowed to hang out with any other team members outside of your immediate team, and you had to wear a mask everywhere in the hotel other than in your own room. Every morning and night you had to do a health screen, and you also got your temperature checked. Now, if all of that checked out, then you would get an email confirmation on your phone where it said like green zone access granted, and once you got to the curling club, you would show that barcode and they would let you through the specific, it was called like a green zone entrance, where it was just the athletes. So the athletes were very separate from everything else that was happening. Masks pretty much had to be worn at all times other than the players that were actually playing out on the ice. There were no handshakes, there were no fans, there were no opening ceremonies, there were no closing ceremonies, no hanging out at the curling club to watch other games, but it was still a fantastic event. I think that the USCA did an amazing job putting this thing on, and I think as athletes, we were just so thrilled to finally be back on the ice playing in competitive games. If you could describe nationals in one word, what would it be?
Enlightening.
Empowering.
Foundational.
Motivating. Once we got home, the 3 of us headed to the chiropractor. Nationals hit us pretty hard. So before we get into our heavy training schedule again, we have to make sure that we're all squared up and firing properly.
Hi, how are you guys doing today?
Good, how are you?
Busting up in here.
We have a lot of stuff. You do. That doesn't feel so bad.
No, it's good.
A little bit right there.
Oh, jeez.
Good. Just gonna help you stretch that. Wonderful. That looks great.
Next.
I want to make sure the nerves are good there first. So
Okay.
the first test I do is to tell me what the nerves are doing in your lower back. Hold that there.
Yeah, it's really cool. I feel like I failed a test on my own body.
So let's cross you in the front, just like this. Wonderful, ma'am.
Cool.
Did you do okay with all that?
Yeah.
That actually looks great. So,
That's my
good.
clicking
Back here for me.
Oh, that's so gross.
That's okay.
Since we now have 2 weeks off, I'm gonna head home. Monica's heading back to the East Coast to go camping. Cora's going back to Alaska for a little bit. Jamie would go home, but the border's closed, so she's stuck here. She'll get to hold down the fort while we're gone.
fun. See you guys next time.
Bye! Elizabeth?
Yeah.
Do you trust the stairs in this house?
What do you mean?
I don't. They're always up to something. How do billboards talk to each other?
I don't freaking know.
Sign language.
Oh my god, that's so funny. Here, you need a snack?
Yeah.
A little stinger?
These are fire.
I know, can I have it back? So by coming top 2 at nationals, we secured our spot. Why can't I speak? So by coming top 2 at nationals, we secured our spot in the trials.